The variables are here. The ancient kingdom is scary, and here's the crazy part. We knew that. I know this chapter revealed a bunch of stuff about the ancient kingdom and what was to come, and it being technologically advanced. Everything we are finding out about what's going on in Egghead is technically from the past. So we're taking a journey into the future, but it's really into the past because the past was more technologically advanced. It is really exciting what we're experiencing. And I think even a glimpse into what the Seraphim are doing and how the Seraphim have advanced from the Pacifista is showing exactly how crazy things were back then. Now, this final page where we see the ores looking structure that looked like a metal ores, a metal sentinel. It is scary as well as perplexing, but is somewhat calming because some of the things that we speculated before, it is coming to fruition. The ancient kingdom being technologically advanced is not that crazy considering some of the structures that we saw, and also just the ancient weapons. Having an ancient weapon that we felt like was created, of course not including Poseidon, what possibly could be Uranus and even Pluton, it always felt like they were one step ahead, and these were things we had to catch up to. That's why people are trying so hard to get the ancient weapons, because they cannot be recreated. And the only people that seemingly could do something like that were the likes of Frankie and even Iceberg because of the Pluton blueprints, right? And we all know for Pluton, those blueprints were basically to make an anti-Pluton weapon. It's not necessarily to create Pluton, but an anti-Pluton weapon. Now, those blueprints, where did they come from? Because remember, Pluton was designed and constructed on Water 7 during the Void Century. And it's funny that the world government, they used the existence of the ancient weapons to justify the BS that they do. It was always confirmed that Pluton was, for the most part, a ship, a very advanced ship that could eradicate an island with one blow. So yes, the ancient kingdom and what we're finding out here is completely blowing my mind, not because they're advanced. We knew they were advanced, but how advanced is crazy. The thing that's most perplexing to me is Vegapunk's connection, because Vegapunk, even though he seems to be a mediator and somewhat bridging the gap between the past and the future, I have so many questions. We know Vegapunk was born on Karakuri Island, and that's where Dr. Tsukimi built his own automata. There have been several connections with Vegapunk and the moon, even with Vegapunk and the Daft Punk vibe that he has. Not sure if that's alluding to space travel, but here's some questions that people are now presenting. With Vegapunk and his knowledge of the Void Century, where did he gain that information? Is Vegapunk an actual person or an idea or passed down knowledge of a specific thing? People were asking, does this take away from Vegapunk's hype, considering Vegapunk knows about the Void Century for the most part, and the Void Century may be the base of a lot of his creations? Does that take away from the hype? Does that take away from Vegapunk being the genius that we think he is, or he's just a remnant from the past that is actually the future? One thing we saw in Frankie's journey away from the Straw Hats when he was trying to prepare for Luffy after the separation in Sabaody, he went to Karakuri, or the future land Baltimore, and then we saw that Frankie came upon a lot of very valuable blueprints. Even the people that lived there said he cannot go in that lab because every one of those blueprints are priceless. Now, I'm not saying the blueprints are on the level of even the poneglyphs, but they might just be considering what Vegapunk can create or procure from these blueprints. And of course, Frankie used some of those blueprints to even upgrade the Sunny and do different things. But considering everything Vegapunk knows, it is hard pressed for me not to believe that a lot of these blueprints came from the past, or rather the future. There are so many things to unpack, and we're going to use the entire week to do it, because what they're talking about now is that the world government wiped out the past to secure their future because of how much power this ancient kingdom had. Now, for the ancient kingdom, obviously, these other kingdoms band together to take them down. Could be envy, could be that these people felt like they should be in control. But even with all this advanced tech, this ancient kingdom was wiped out and history was destroyed for the most part. Something I've always talked about is that the poneglyphs, they exist. It's insane now we think about it. Of course, it's a futuristic arc, a futuristic land, a futuristic time, considering we can't even destroy the poneglyphs today. They are indestructible timepieces that were created back then, and as advanced as we think we are now in the One Piece world, we can't destroy the poneglyphs, and we cannot even translate the text. This just gives an idea or a glimpse as to the type of people they are. But I think for them to be able to do this, they had a heads up. Someone let them know bad things were to come, and they should start preserving what's going on elsewhere via the poneglyph. But then we can't forget about ores. and the continent pullers. How are they significant in all of this? We think of Onigashima, right? And I've said it before, Kaido's backstory is a lot more relevant to what's going on now, considering what Oda has revealed, where Kaido is 100% confirmed an Oni. Where did the Oni come from? Is Kaido like Oars? Did Kaido have specific vendettas against Wano because Wano was once the home of the continent pullers? Does the existence of Oars and even Little Oars Jr. confirm that back in the day they actually perfected gigantification? Has Vegapunk perfected gigantification now, considering the size of these kid pacifista who are already the size of these adults, because that means they have more growing to do? What's happening now in our current time is that the world government is trying to use the tech and a lot of the information from back then to create weaponry and just fail safes for them to stay in power, but not to allow the people to catch up. That's why Vegapunk must be eradicated, considering what Vegapunk can do is create or recreate what was going on back then. What boggles my mind is how they did not see this coming. Vegapunk being as ambitious as they are, somewhat trying to recreate this technological era that the world government was afraid of in the first place. Now, if Vegapunk does know more about the Poneglyphs and more about the Void Century, Vegapunk 100% should be monitored at all times, should be damn near imprisoned, because he knows way too much, and not only knowing too much, he can do too much with what he knows. I 100% believe that Vegapunk was connected to the past, and something I want to bring to you guys, because this is an insane theory that I thought of. Vegapunk and his knowledge of devil fruits, right? Because with devil fruits and the lineage factor, he now knows how to extract that lineage factor from a person and recreate the devil fruit that they already have. Senior Pink is the perfect example. He did not just recreate one aspect of Senior Pink's fruit. He recreated the fruit entirely. Kaido, he recreated the fruit entirely, albeit it is pink, but he can do everything Kaido can do. That tells me Vegapunk can extract the lineage factor and then recreate exact strands of that DNA to mimic everything that devil fruit provides for that specific person. So this tells me the understanding of the devil fruits and lineage factor is top tier, right? Second to none. What if Vegapunk can create his own devil fruit by using different lineage factors from multiple devil fruits to create one that is perfect for him? That's one of my crazy theories, that Vegapunk actually did create his own devil fruit. Whatever he's doing now, where he has a specific body that can eat shit and sleep for him, he has a devil fruit power. Not sure if it's natural or it was created to help him do everything he needs to do, because he felt like he was just one man, and the way he can accomplish all these amazing things is to literally create multiple bodies that can accomplish different tasks so that he can move technology forward in present time. Guys, there's a lot more to unpack. I'm doing a lot more research. In short time, you will have much more concise and well put together thought, but I am just brain farting right now because my mind is all over the place. Vegapunk is dangerous. If you're the world government, he must be stopped, especially considering what the pacifista are. Guys, do you understand the pacifista are learning, growing technology, sentient beings that at some point will be unstoppable, considering just how much they can learn and how much they already know? Look at what this Seraphim was able to do to a Yonko crew. Call it what you want, of course not the entire crew, but these are Yonko crewmates, and they did not land one scratch on this Seraphim. Guys, this is scary, and I understand the world government's perspective, even though they're bastards for everything they did to the ancient kingdom, even though things typically aren't what they seem in One Piece. One of my crazy thoughts again is that Vegapunk and Emu, they're somewhat connected, and either Emu or Vegapunk are mimicking each other. Emu, he's the top dog, and then he has 5 people under him. In this case, Vegapunk has 6 bodies, and Shaka seems to be the top dog, connections to Dragon, etc. Before I get out of here, I just gotta say, I believe that someone betrayed the ancient kingdom. You do not topple a dynasty like that without someone being in the midst and betraying their own people. The D clan and its people, you have people like Luffy, people like Law, but people like Rocks exist, people like Blackbeard, people that go against the grain, that have different ambitions. Guys, I am losing my mind. I know you're probably losing it with me. More to come, stay tuned. Oh my God, Oda is going insane. Make sure to like the video, subscribe for more content like this. Follow me on Twitter at BrogODAce, follow me on Instagram, BrogD.ace. Thank to my patrons, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank to my members as well, okay? But, oh my God, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Okay, I start doubting me, I felt lost. I rewrite it.